power substation to avoid load shedding.
What's going on?
What did I do to deserve this from you of all people?
You need to stop fighting my battles for me.
People can't know that we're meeting up. It could ruin things for us.
For us, get out.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Welcome to this evening's edition of News on One. In the headlines, National Youth Security Guards face continuous half and late salary payment. National Action Plan and Strategy key to combating corruption, says Health Ministry. Agribusiness sector will thrive if women and youth are given same preferences as men. And Roundup, Business on One, Comments Corner, Sports and the weather. The National Youth Services Security Guards have for years continuously received half or late salary payment. Last month, the guards claim they have not received their full monthly salary, and according to them, this month is no difference.
The security guards authored a letter that they intend to send to the Minister of Labour, Utoni Nuyoma, Sports Minister Agnes Chingarero, and NYS Commissioner Dr. Felix Mosikumbili, indicating how late and half payments affect their financial obligations as parents and breadwinners. The security guards, who normally receive their salary on the 10th of each month, say that they receive 85% of their salaries on the 15th of September, while the remaining 15% was only paid on the 3rd of October. Salma Shangeta, who has been employed by NYS for 9 years, said that they are tired of facing the same challenges without getting any assistance. Shangeta, who spoke on behalf of fellow security guards, claimed that the late and half payments have put them in debt and have caused them to face evictions, while some of the guards cannot afford to buy their basic necessities such as food and toiletries.
Until we started with a new commissioner, we are always having delayed salaries. We usually get paid by the 10th, but you will find yourself getting paid on the 25th or the 3rd of the next month. The drivers and supervisors always get paid on time. We are always the ones affected by delayed salaries, but we, the security guards, are the ones who are always at the sites and bringing the money in the company, but we are always affected by delayed salaries. This has affected us badly. Some cannot send back their kids to schools, others rent, and many are chased out of places. We want to know what is causing the payments to be delayed every month. Is it really the clients who are not paying them the money, or is it that they get the money and eat it up?
Shangeta further stated that some guards face unfair dismissal and injustices when they speak out against the NYS.
We received papers on Friday that we will not be receiving our salaries and we will only get paid on the 14th on Friday. They say it is because there is no money, because the clients didn't pay. Yesterday, we went to the office in connection of 15 colleagues who were suspended at the same time, but no one came to answer our queries. When he came to the Cathedral complex for the parade, he answered that the Ministry of Education, who has been a client for 2 months now, apparently didn't pay yet the last 2 months, and they are having about 270 workers. We are not sure if it's really the ministry that didn't pay, or is it them that did not submit the invoices on time.
Several attempts to get a comment from the NYS did not meet with success by the time of going to air.
There are data deals. And then there are Telecom Namibia data deals. And if you want the biggest data deal of all, you gotta get 31-day Jiva, which comes with a massive 50 gigs of data. Is it even possible to use 50 gigs of data in a month? You tell us. You also get 1,000 voice minutes and 400 SMSs. To get your hands on 31-day Jiva, dial *130*780# and enjoy a month of mega data. Whoa, that's a lot of data, minutes and SMS. How much is that? Must be expensive. No, it's only 185 Namibian dollars excluding VAT. T's and C's apply.
Telecom Namibia.
Sharing the world.
Nivea Pearl and Beauty with pearl extracts for soft and beautiful underarms. Your trusted deodorant with the perfect balance of protection and care. Enriched with the power of pearls. Nivea Pearl and Beauty for soft and beautiful underarms. New Nivea Pearl and Beauty Black Pearl coming soon.
What's going on?
What did I do to deserve this from you of all people?
You need to stop fighting my battles for me.
People can't know that we're meeting up. It could ruin things for us.
For us, get out.
The second National Anti-Corruption Commission Strategy and Action Plan for 2021 to 2025 has been described by the Executive Director of the Anti-Corruption Commission, Tilvas Shilongo, as a tool that will foster cooperation by stakeholders toward the goal of attaining the national vision for a corruption-free Namibia.
In line with the implementation, supervision and monitoring of the 2021 to 2025 National Anti-Corruption Commission Strategy and Action Plan, the Commerce Regional Anti-Corruption Forum recently held their inaugural meeting. The National Anti-Corruption Commission Strategy and Action Plan is a requirement of Article 5 of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, which Namibia signed on the 9th of December 2003.
Good governance structure that the government is trying to put in place so that corruption is not only fought from the building of ACC, but it should also be fought even at the regional level from the citizen, because it's a whole of government approach. It's a citizenship approach. I want to underscore or to underline that there are 4 implementing structures in place. Then a regional forum is just one of such a structure. It's actually one of the governing structure of the implementation of the strategy.
At the inaugural meeting, Sylvester Mobila, Chief Statistician and Corporate Strategic Coordinator at the Commerce Regional Council, presented the integrated anti-corruption solution in which the Commerce Regional Council has identified priority sectors such as housing, sanitation, water, SME support, education, health and security, and disaster risk management.
And then we'll stimulate the support or stimulate the growth in the SME industry, meaning that we recognize that our people have undergone through strenuous times during the outbreaks of the hepatitis E and COVID-19, including many other calamities that have befallen us. Hence then we know people have lost livelihoods. But then that is already something that brings an aspect of corruption. If you look at it and you are not playing in that space, then it means people will be buying into the corrupt deals and activities so that they can earn a living that they want. Hence then we are proactively saying we would want to stimulate that so that we can contain our population and our people to still be governable.
The Anti-Corruption Commission noted that the 2021 to 2025 National Anti-Corruption Strategy and Action Plan which was approved by Cabinet for implementation on the 9th of December last year, is the responsibility of every institution.
Agriculture, Water and Land Reform Deputy Minister Anna Shiweda said if women were given the same access and recognition as men, the agribusiness sector will thrive because it is women who feed the nation. Shiweda made these remarks at the just concluded Oshikuku Agricultural and Training Expo held in Omusati region.
An award ceremony held at Oshikuku Town Lodge for over 50 participants who mainly consisted of women and the youth marked the end of the week-long expo. However, the Deputy Minister expressed concern that the majority of unemployed people in the Omusati region are the youth.
The studies that I have referred to earlier also concluded that if women had the same access to productive resources as men, they could increase yields on their farms by 20 to 30% and lift millions of people out of hunger.
Shiweda added that although unemployment in Omusati stands at 33.1%, majority of that number consists of youth, and that needs to change.
Unemployment in Omusati region, and we have councillors here, is high, and is estimated at 33.1%. Not quite bad. There are regions that are above 40. The bulk of which represent the youth. That is the most painful thing. Our youth are the majority of this 33.1%. I therefore wish to urge the young women and men in the region not to miss any opportunity at all and learn as much as possible for this expo. So let's not miss. And I want those youth that are here today, come next year. And when you come next year, I want you to also exhibit here. Just exhibit here. Don't just come and be a spectator.
Event organizer Parastas Nepolo said that the skills acquired at the training will now equip youth and women in attendance to maximize methods of commercializing local agriculture.
They have acquired knowledge and skills to be able to commercialize agriculture. Because the past 2 days, 3 days, that's what they have been taught. And I say, most of them, they have already planned, like mango trees, you name them. They were only suffering because they did not have, or they were not equipped with necessary skills to see to it that those plants are healthy looking and they can harvest better. Now, with those trees, by next year, because from now onwards, or from yesterday, they have already started to do what is necessary to see to it that those plants are healthy and better looking. Not only plants, but also I looked at earlier, the animals, they also want attention. If we can speak to the plants, like Mevina said, speak to your plant. If you can talk to a plant, what about your animal? Because you are ourselves a house animal.
More than 50 participants and vendors received certificates after the training, and more than half of that number was youth.
Got your feel-good vibes.
99 FM.
Welcome to this evening's edition of Business on One. Environmental Commissioner Timotheus Mufeti in the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism said the joint Bio-Innovation in Africa project, which was commissioned by the German federal government, will create local jobs in conservancies and links to global markets that will increase the overall returns from the natural resources.
The project, in partnership with GIZ, commissioned by the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, is focused on fostering European-African cooperation for biodiversity-based innovation and products with equitable benefit sharing for biodiversity conservation in Cameroon, Madagascar, Namibia, and South Africa. Speaking at the National Dialogue between the Ministry and Bio-Innovation Project, the Environmental Commissioner said he is pleased to see various stakeholders identify ways to improve and strengthen local development and establish necessary links to global markets.
I'm particularly pleased to see a big group of these stakeholders who decided to come together and have this discussion, have this dialogue with a purpose to benefit our environment, our natural resources, but also the people who are involved. So this is very much encouraging from the ministry and government point of view as we are gathering to identify ways to support and improve and strengthen local development and to try to establish necessary links to global markets which are aimed at improving the overall returns from our natural resources. And this objective is not standing alone. It's linked to a number of Namibian government initiatives where we are talking about job creation, rural development and empowerment, and the value addition of our resources, and ultimately the poverty reduction of our communities, our people, and our country.
Head of Development Cooperation at the Embassy of the Federal Republic of Germany said that more opportunities between Namibia, Germany, and other European countries will be explored in the future, which will be a great value change.
Indeed, more opportunities for collaboration between Namibia and Germany and other European countries and other countries could be explored in future. Opportunities for knowledge transfer, opportunities for research, and opportunities for trade. Today's dialogue creates a good platform for engagement between various stakeholders, and it allows for the identification of priority areas which require further support. The development of strong and sustainable value chains will need a true multi-stakeholder effort. More bridge building, networking, and developing of platforms and strategies are necessary to bring the idea of this meeting further. Investing in biodiversity as a catalyst for sustainable income generation in Namibia. In the same way, conservation and the sustainable use of natural resources also require collective and innovative efforts.
The project will focus on benefit sharing for conservation and policy advocacy for biodiversity-based cooperation, amongst others.
And that is all we have for you. Be sure to follow us on our social media pages for more on the business front.
Enjoy these fantastic mid-month savings only at Clicks until the 19th of October. Buy Clicks 2-ply toilet paper 18 rolls, 2 for $99.99 per pack and 1 for $109.99. Save 20% on Huggies Gold disposable nappies jumbo pack. And save 20% on Clicks Extreme Power Laundry Gel, 1.5 litres, now $46 each. Clicks, Feel good, pay less.
Back in the day, Susie's phone used to ring like a hotline. She was the most popular girl in town. But since she did not register her SIM card with her mobile service provider, her phone does not ring anymore. She has tried to get something similar. She has tried this and that number, but it has never been the same. So now, she has a reputation of being a number hoarder. Instead of just registering her SIM at her mobile service provider and keeping her number. Excuse me one sec. Hello? No, this isn't Susie. Have you tried her other number?
Don't miss out on important communications like Susie. Register your SIM to keep your number. Visit www.cran.na.
Time now for Comments Corner, your daily dose of comments from our social media pages. A 65-year-old disabled man who lives in Sievendelaan, Chemise, lives in a difficult state as he struggles to get into his shack because it is uphill and has a high entrance step. Marina says land should be allocated to him. Napewa wants to know where the veteran will get land from. Vakonja says he's not politically connected. Desiree said he's still fighting for land decades after independence. Pascal said within half a year, the veteran will get a house. And that's it from Comments Corner. Be sure to engage on our stories on our social media pages for broadcast on News on One.
We've always had the bravery to stand up for what is Namibian, from protecting our homes to fighting injustices. We still celebrate what it means to us and raise a glass to those who show their bravery. No matter how they take on the world, with all this potential in the land of the brave, what will you do to make this Namibia your Namibia?
Welcome back. And on the sports front, the Namibia Football Association and the Federation Internationale de Football Association yesterday launched a course which will focus on upgrading the skills of grassroots coaches across all 14 regions in the country. The week-long coaching course will take place at the NFA House in Windhoek.
FIFA with NFA brought in the expertise of the South African-born Technical Director of the Mauritius Football Association, Zunet Moore, to be the instructor of the beginners course. Last year, a similar course was held by NFA to empower and improve coaching skills for youth, girls and grassroots level football in the country.
It's a very broad program, but it's touching how we're going to grow football in schools, how do we get the communities involved, how do we be able to give over some life skills programs to the boys and girls that will be attending these programs. So it's a very holistic program, including education, life skills, and football. If you already understand that if we can bring in players at a very early age, at the starter, beginner age, we can already put them on the correct path in terms of how a football career can be developed, what are the correct techniques, what they need to be able to do going forward.
Sport on One approached some of the participants who will receive theoretical and physical training for comment.
For us, especially if you have a passion to work with youth, I think the grassroots is just the best course to equip yourself with, to know and to educate yourself how to work with kids. Commerce reason is quite big. I think we really want to bring in the the grassroots into schools. I think that's the only platform where we can bring it into schools, and then we host just big festivals.
Not only at my regional level or not only at the national level, but I would also want to go empower, or I would also want to take the knowledge back to where I'm coming from.
This coaching course is one of the best courses I ever have in a long time. So I will definitely go back to my region and make the best of it. I will implement in all the schools, especially when it comes to grassroots development, girls and girls program, and especially to my women's soccer team.
Meanwhile, over the weekend, Sport on One visited the settlement of Sesfontein in the Kunene region to cover a capacity building workshop for coaches. At the same event, the newly appointed FIFA technical expert Jacqueline Shipanga said that football is not just entertainment, but can be a driving tool to uplift social change in the region.
If we can use football as a tool to drive social change, we can achieve so much more. We usually say, if you do, FIFA does. If Sesfontein does, the Kunene leadership will do. If the Kunene regional structures does, NFA will have to follow suit. We brought here children that are coming from this very region. And it was important for us to do that, because many at times people only want to develop in commerce, the central regions, the urban towns. Mommy is coming from your region. Mommy is most probably the biggest influencer in Namibia. It's about talent identification. We shouldn't be identifying money at the age of 25. It's too late. We shouldn't be identifying your talent at the age of 16. It should already happen at the age of 6.
The workshop also catered for the launch of the newly established Rhino Youth Championship Cup, where 16 teams will battle it out for top honors.
That's it from the sports front. Please stay tuned for the weather update. Come to the end of tonight's edition of News on One. From me, Isai Sipunga, and the rest of the team, it's good night.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Hi, I'm Cedric. Hi, I'm Joshua. Welcome to Namibia to Go Car Rental, your #1 car rental needs. With a fully equipped vehicle like this, you have your tent already and everything. Now what's needed is your fridge, and you need your water, your soft drinks. So my colleague Joshua will now shortly take you how to use the fridge.
This is the fridge that Cedric is talking about. It's an angle fridge, which is for quality. To take it off or to bring it closer to you, you just need to remove this hook out, then you push it back. Like you remove it out like this, then here it's reached the point. Then to open it up, you can just open it up like this. Then you can start to use it, or if you want to put up your drinks, then you can just put it on. To switch it on, you just need to turn this button, then you just put it in cool. If you have got water and drinks only, you just need to keep it in cool. But if you got maybe meat or something, or like walls and other things, you can just adjust it #1 or to the freezing point. So it can work all long road or short road, you can just use it your fridge. Okay, so after you fill up your fridge with your drinks or your food, then you can just close it back. Then to push it back, this is how easiest one. You can just push it, as you can see, just slow but slow. Then you can just hang it over here. Then it must be locked, because if you are driving, maybe it's moving. So just make sure that it's locked up here. Then as you can see, it's no more moving. It's just on its position.
That's how easy it is to use the angle fridge in your fully equipped vehicle.